YouTubers, what is up? Hope you had a nice Thanksgiving. Chris, you and I talked a little bit after Thanksgiving last week, but now on to the Mad Dash Holiday Rush. So hopefully you got all your Christmas shopping done by now. But if not, maybe you can score some comic books for yourself, for your loved ones. Chris, I know before we get started, I just wanted to, I wanted to welcome everyone to this 7th exciting episode of the Commerce of Comics. Start off with a little bit of, depressing news. Been a lifelong Star Wars fan like you, Chris. And so one of the great, iconic Star Wars universe actors we lost this past weekend. So before we really get started, wanted to do a shout out to the late, great David Prowse. So there you go. Got his autograph, luckily, a number of years ago. And, of course, portrayed Darth Vader in the suit, at least. May he rest in peace. All right, now with that out of the way, Chris, I believe, we're going to talk about a few books. We went and did a bunch of dollar bin diving in Connecticut, out on Long Island, October, last month in November. And there's just been a lot of books, so we haven't had a chance to talk about a lot of them. So why don't you start us off and show us some of the goods?
All right. Absolutely. We've been going through wherever we can, right? So basically, the first couple books, though, they were about, I got these out of the $5 bin. So I got Amazing Spider-Man 263, first Normie Osborn. A little beat up, but not bad, $5. So he becomes Goblin Child, gets a piece of the Carnage symbiote in him, and with King in Black, just saw it for a discount, grabbed it. Let me see what we got next. We got Captain America 341. This is the first appearance of like half the Serpent Society. I'm trying to think. Coach Whip, Boom Slang. Let me see. I got it written down here. Rock Python. And more importantly, it's got the appearance of the Bucky's Lamar Hoskins as Battlestar. He's rumored to be in the Falcon and Winter Soldier show, and it's got appearance of a couple other Bucky's as left winger and right winger. So we'll see what direction they go in, but politics is everywhere, so why not?
Speculation is high. I think you bring up a good point. With all these HBO Max shows coming out in the next year or two, like we talked about Green Lantern last week, and with the Disney Plus series, WandaVision, Falcon, Winter Soldier, Hawkeye, you name it. Really, it's any number of characters are fair game at this point. So good on you for getting those in advance. You might notice a little theme here. I've got our favorite mutants in Westchester County. So we've got a book here, X-Men 171. This one is where Rogue officially joins the X-Men. And of course, her first appearance, Rogue's first appearance, is up on the wall behind me here. And that would be the Giant Size Avengers #1. We can talk about some of those books in a future episode. And I'll do one more really quick. We've got kind of a cool looking cover here. We've got X-Men 191. We've got a face-off of Vision versus Colossus there on the cover. And this is the first appearance, though, of the Super Sentinel Nimrod, the futuristic soldier. So this one, really quick, I was able to actually get this in Meriden. Stay tuned for later in this episode. I happened to be there last weekend and was talking with those guys from Coffee and Comics in Meriden, Connecticut. So stay tuned for a little footage from their show this past weekend. Was able to pick this up, though, a couple months ago for about $6. I think it really goes for about $15 now in great condition. And same thing with that Rogue book. Picked it up for about $5. I think that's about accurate.
Nice. All those Sentinel books. It's real. What have you done for me lately? Is that, I think you have the first Sentinels too, right? Was that?
Oh yeah, sure. Twist my arm. I'll bring that out now
too.
All right. Now, yes, you mentioned this. I was able to get this at New York Comic Con 2019. This is X-Men number 14. Iconic cover there, the Sentinel looming over the X-Men. So first appearance of the X-Men. This, I would say, is in decent shape. Got this from our friend, more your friend, Mike, from Next Generation Comics out on Long Island. Mike's a great guy, so if you happen to be out on Long Island in the Islip area, or if you happen to go to a show like New York Comic Con, be sure to stop by his booth. This is a good book, decent condition, $100. Think it's actually probably worth a little bit more than that, especially in great condition. You'd be talking several $100.
Absolutely. All right, let me see. Next, I went to shout out to Dan at Precision Comic Pressing, and he opened up a warehouse, got a lot of nice slabs, a lot of great stuff up front, but in the back he's got somewhere around $100, $150 boxes, $5 boxes. So just going through for the second time, and this is what we found. So let me see, Deathstroke Terminator number 9. This is the first appearance, I believe, of Patricia Trace, who becomes a second vigilante. And here she is in her vigilante costume. This is number 10. This is an homage to Deathstroke Terminator number 1. And these were all $1. And I lucked out and I got Deathstroke number 15 was in there. And it's the first appearance of Rose Wilson, who becomes Ravager. So it's a nice pickup. It's a pretty crispy copy. It's got one little ding down there in the corner, but really nice copy. Let me see. Should I keep going or your turn? What do you want to do?
How about you do one more?
All right.
Feeling generous, Chris. It's the holiday
season. All right. Here's another good one I picked out. G.I. Joe 27. Nice copy. Second part of the origin of Snake Eyes. Getting his own movie soon, whenever we start really going to the theaters again. And I think it's the first appearance of his pet wolf, Timber. So hopefully they're doing the right thing and this takes off and we can get a bunch more G.I. Joe movies and keep it all moving along.
Now I'm going to throw you a curveball because we did not talk about this before we started, but isn't there an issue with Snake Eyes that's really completely silent, like hardly any speaking?
Yes, there is. 21, I think it is. Did you get that? Yeah, you got it.
No, I don't have it.
Oh, you don't have it? Well, I don't have it handy. Well,
all right. Stay tuned for another episode. All right. Now, keeping with the same X-Men theme here, we've got X-Men 282. We've got the first appearance of Bishop, the time traveler, who was featured in Days of Future Past, the movie. Not sure how much more they might do with his character, but again, in the MCU, anything is fair game. Now, again, this isn't a dollar bin all day long. It's just a key issue because it's first Bishop. But I mean, again, these guys that I went to over the weekend, they literally had about 20 of them in a box, all I would say in very fine or better condition.
Should have bought
them. Next, I'll quickly talk about X-Men number 164. Now, this one, I think I was able to snag for about $5 or $10. This goes back a couple years. This is first appearance of Captain Marvel as Binary. I think it goes for more than that now. I want to say maybe at least double what I paid for it. Again, Captain Marvel is going to be in the MCU for a while still, so it's possible you might see her become binary at some point. There's even been more recently Trinary, so I do not have Trinary first appearance, but I think there's a better shot of binary than trinary just because she's been around a lot longer and more of a staple to the Marvel universe.
You got Monica Rambeau coming in WandaVision. They could give her one of the, they can kind of mess around with all these different characters and all these different personas, so to speak. So good pickup.
Thank you, sir.
Let me see. So what else did I grab? So this one, I just like the cover. Daredevil #1. Paulo Rivera cover. I don't know. I just always wanted this. I had a shot at the original art at one point for this, but
he's got his eyes covered.
Expensive.
How can he fight with his eyes covered?
Oh, we all know why then. I just like if everyone could see. So basically, you're kind of seeing how Daredevil sees, and it's all the onomatopoeia in the background of everything, from the birds flapping and everything like that. Just I don't know. I just love this cover. So hopefully,
Very cool.
when we start conventions up again, get that one signed. It's pretty clean. Maybe get it slabbed too.
Now, Vincent D'Onofrio was just urging all the Marvel fandom to sign a petition or whatever, get in the ears of Marvel Studios and Disney to, I guess the rights just reverted back from Netflix. Their license expired and went back to Disney. So I guess whatever happens now, the fate of Kingpin, Bullseye, Daredevil, it's now in the hands of Disney. So hopefully, we'll see some more Matt Murdock soon.
Hopefully. And Kingpin.
Vincent D'Onofrio is excellent. Yeah.
Let me see. Another book for $1 this is the first cover appearance of Echo. I think her second full. Just, for $1, can turn it down. Some good stuff in the warehouse. So I suggest if you can get out there to Long Island, check them out. All right. And I got one more Daredevil book. This is the first appearance of Bengal. Basically, any street level characters. I think you have Shang-Chi and everything coming out. The movie. I think that's filmed. It's ready to go as soon as they can start, putting movies out again.
Yeah,
you never know which one of these characters is going to pop up. So, for $1, why not? And it's a nice clean copy. Might be a newsstand. Right. I'm not sure. I got to check on that.
All right. Well, over here we got Uncanny X-Men number 157. Now, this is just a really cool cover. I love seeing Phoenix, Dark Phoenix, and I'm not sure if this is a key issue. I don't think it is, but just you got Dark Phoenix full front and center there. So decided to pick this up. Thought it was cool. It's towards the end of the Dark Phoenix saga. And then last but not least from my side, I've got X-Men number 1 from 91. So we've got the Claremont Jim Lee run. And this copy is signed by Claremont, Jim Lee, and Scott Williams, the inker. So shout out to you, Chris, for getting Mr. Lee's autograph on that a couple of years ago. But yeah, this was in a dollar bin. I bought this before I decided to get it signed. I wish I had bought a better copy of it. I'd say it's probably a 7.5 or 8 in the condition it's in. The spine's a little bit worn, but this is what really started it all for me. And I'm going to talk about this more in a future episode about some other X-Men stuff. But 91, just started getting into comics. At that point, I already liked Superman, but this is really what got me into X-Men. Then the cartoon show came out. This is, would you say, this is like one of the most famous issues ever made, but it's also unfortunately one of the most mass-produced issues ever made.
I think a million copies.
So it's not going to be, it belongs in a dollar bin, I guess, because there's so many out there, but it's just, if you can get your hands on the deluxe where the cover folds out into the 4 different parts, it's really cool.
Absolutely. It's just, if you're an X-Men fan, you have to have it in your collection. I mean, it's just for the $1 or the $4, you'll find a nice crisp copy, and then the signatures are a bonus. I mean, and New York Comic Con, enter those lotteries.
Yeah, seriously.
Dream big, and sometimes they'll come true. But, let's see, I got one more book left, because basically I haven't really gotten to watch Mandalorian, but fear of missing out. I saw this Dr. Aphra cover. I don't think it really has anything other than the cool cover, but so I grabbed it for $1, and hey, here's hoping. I gotta get that Vader 3. Like I think you were able to score one, right? So
right behind us. Yep, right up there.
And there it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's up. I'm trying to. I'm like,
Yeah.
where is it? Which wall? Yeah, and I actually in another episode, maybe next week or something, I will talk about Dr. Aphra number 3 from that 2017 series, featuring the one that could be her girlfriend and maybe in the Disney Plus show with her. So yeah. Well, anything else on anything you want to talk about, Chris? Your hopes, your dreams?
No, for this stuff, just on the hunt, just looking on eBay now, trying to get some good slabs for the collection, see what we can find. Other than that, vaccine would be nice so we can go to conventions again. I'm really just tired of wearing a mask. I'm kind of tired. I'm just done with all this shit. Wear your mask, wash your hands, but it's something's got to give soon. So.
Well, as the kids at home will see right after this, because we will star swipe into the footage from last weekend. Yeah, I mean, it's really it's a breath of fresh air, no pun intended. But yeah, I mean, it's nice to be able to go out and look at some boxes. It just feels good. But yeah, you're wearing masks, you're socially distanced. It'll be nice when we can go back to normal life and check out a convention again. Yeah.
Until then, hit up your local comic shop, support these guys, keep them going,
Absolutely. Well, it just was local comic shop day, right? That was last week, I believe. They had that.
Yeah, they did it
on
the
DC Future State. Yeah, that was the local comic shop day version of that. So that, again, stay tuned. We'll talk about DC Future State in an upcoming episode for sure, because that drops next month to start off the first quarter of 2021. But yeah, I guess until next time, everyone, hope that you're staying safe, stay healthy, and stay nerdy. And stay tuned for the footage from one of the spots I checked out here in Connecticut last week. Take care. What's up, YouTubers? Here in Meriden, Connecticut, at a little comic show today, Saturday after Thanksgiving. So one good thing about the New England weather is we still got, it's decent enough to do some outdoor tag sales and stuff. So check out Coffee and Comics. This is their setup today. So you can see they got some very decent key issues. Got some graded books here. All 9.0s or higher for the most part. First Black Mask. Very hot book right now. We got the McFarlane cover. First Moon Knight. House of M is going to be featured in the WandaVision series. Trying my best not to capture anyone else from the public. You got some Silver Age keys here. Bought a few books that
still have to talk about on the channel. Got the first Inhumans here, got the first appearance of Polaris. You got some half price keys.
Yeah, that's why it's so cheap. Yeah. I could even do $20 on it.
And one of the good things here is they continually are replenishing the stock. So from estate sales, tag sales, adding here new stock. So it just keeps going and going. So for anyone who's watching this in the Connecticut area, or if you're my buddy Chris, who you're familiar with by this point on Long Island, he's come up here. A friend of mine from Massachusetts has come down. So if you're in the area and it's a nice Saturday, check out Coffee and Comics. Check them out on Facebook and see if they're running one of these Saturday shows.
Well, kids, that's all for this week's episode. Hope you liked what you see. Of course, as always, if you do, then please like and subscribe to the channel. Also, leave us some comments in the feedback section below. We'd love to hear from you. Also, be sure to check out the Facebook page. Just launched that a week or so ago. So there you can find some updates as well as some pictures of the books we've been covering. Also, just the other day, launched a poll. As you know, we did an exclusive Green Lantern episode last week. We're going to do another exclusive episode for you sometime in early 2021. So check that out. We've got a poll open right now that'll close on December 15th. Your options are Spider-Man, Batman, Superman, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Venom and some other symbiotes. So go check it out on Facebook. Give us your vote. Tune in next week. We'll be back again to talk a little bit more about the DC Future State thing that's going to run early 2021 that we briefly touched upon this episode. Also going to talk to you about some dollar books for X-Men that you should be buying now before their inevitable debut in the MCU. So until next time, stay safe, stay nerdy.